History remembers the Mongol Empire as a storm, swift, overwhelming, reshaping continents before fading into fractured khanates. But imagine a world where the storm never faded, where the largest land empire in human history didn't collapse, but stabilized, adapted, and entered the modern era intact. What would life look like in 2025 if the Mongol Empire survived? Welcome to ChronoShift. To understand this alternate world, we need to see why the real Mongol Empire broke apart. The Mongols created the largest continuous empire ever recorded, stretching from Korea to Eastern Europe. But ruling that much land created pressures no army could permanently solve. Succession disputes, regional rivalries, cultural differences, the decline of centralized authority, and the spread of plague along major trade routes. By the 14th century, the empire fractured into multiple independent khanates. Unity faded, and the Mongol era ended. But what if one critical moment changed everything? Year 1259. In our timeline, the death of Möngke Khan triggered a succession crisis that shattered Mongol unity. In this alternate world, Möngke survives. He completes the conquest of China, stabilizes the empire's administration, and most importantly, creates a clear, universally accepted law of succession. This prevents civil war. It prevents fragmentation. The empire remains united under a central authority, and from here, the future unfolds differently. Now we step into the world of 2025, shaped by 760 years of continuous Mongol rule, a unified Eurasian state. By 2025, the Mongol Empire still controls a vast region, including Mongolia, China, Korea, Central Asia, Tibet, parts of Russia, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and the Caucasus. A stable multinational state with over 2 billion people. The capital becomes Karakorum, rebuilt over centuries into a modern administrative city while preserving steppe heritage. The modern Mongol armed forces. The Mongols remain a military-oriented society, but adapted to modern realities. Their focus is on rapid deployment ground forces, advanced armored vehicles, satellite-supported reconnaissance, drone and aviation units based on mobility, strong border defense infrastructure, and cyber defense and intelligence services. Their ancient principle, speed and flexibility, becomes a modern strategy emphasizing quick response and efficient logistics. This makes the empire one of the major military powers in the world, comparable to the strongest nations of our real timeline. The Silk Road becomes the Silk Network. Because the empire never collapsed, the Silk Road never declined. Instead, it evolves into a connected economic network involving high-speed rail, major highways, pipelines, shipping routes through Central Asia, and fiber-optic communication corridors. This makes the empire the central economic hub of Eurasia, directing massive trade flows between Europe, the Middle East, and East Asia. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara become major financial and commercial centers, a cultural fusion civilization. The Mongol Empire historically allowed diverse cultures to flourish. Over centuries, this becomes a defining strength. In 2025, the empire's culture blends Mongol steppe traditions, Chinese administrative systems, Persian arts and scholarship, Turkic military heritage, and Russian scientific influence. This creates a multicultural society where major languages, cuisines, and customs coexist under a unified state identity. International power structure. With the Mongol Empire still intact, the global political map shifts dramatically. The Mongol Empire is a dominant Eurasian state influencing global trade and diplomacy. The Western Union is a political and economic alliance formed by European countries and North America to balance Mongol influence. The Indian Confederacy emerges as a regional power managing its own sphere of influence. The African coalition strengthens through trade partnerships with the Mongol Silk Network. The world's major tensions revolve around economic competition, not ideological blocs or nuclear brinkmanship. Religion and philosophy. Because the Mongols historically tolerated multiple religions, this policy continues and strengthens over centuries. By 2025, the empire practices an organized principle known as plural harmony, encouraging Buddhist thought, Islamic scholarship, Confucian ethics, shamanic traditions, and Orthodox Christian communities in northern regions. Religious education teaches citizens the basics of multiple traditions, reducing sectarian conflict. Technology and infrastructure. Inspired by their nomadic roots, the empire emphasizes connectivity and mobility. By 2025, they develop extensive renewable energy networks, satellite systems focusing on communication and navigation, efficient transportation corridors across Central Asia, modular housing inspired by portable nomadic designs, and modern medical and research institutions in major cities. Their technology is grounded, realistic, and comparable to advanced nations in our timeline, but shaped by their unique geography and priorities. Daily life in the empire. Life for a citizen in 2025 resembles strong public infrastructure, accessible transportation between cities, cultural festivals rooted in steppe traditions, regional autonomy and local governance, an emphasis on education, language diversity, and historical pride. It's a society balancing tradition and modernity, openness and authority. Comparing timelines reveals not just what changed, but why. In our world, the Mongol Empire broke apart because succession was unclear. Regional powers gained influence. No long-term administrative structure existed, and internal disputes outweighed external threats. But in this alternate timeline, a single change, Möngke's survival and a stable succession system, creates centuries of continuity. A world where the Silk Road becomes the backbone of global trade, Eurasia becomes the center of political power. Multiple cultures develop together under a unified state, and mobility, communication, and diplomacy define international relations. This version of the Mongol Empire shows how stability can reshape centuries of history and how one moment can redirect the world. This has been ChronoShift, a journey through worlds that could have been. If you want more grounded, cinematic alternate histories, consider subscribing and tell me in the comments, which empire, kingdom, or civilization should we rewrite next? Until then, history never ends. It only rewrites itself.